Child was male, 5 months old. Death due to asphyxiation.
Deliberate?
A certain amount of force seems to have been applied.
Any idea how?
Possibly smothered.
I see.
Rather undernourished for his age, but there were no physical defects or organic disease as far as I could detect. There was a certain rash, but that may have been due to bad washing of the nappies. The texture was rather harsh.
Well, it's cheap stuff to start off with anyway, like the rest of his clothing.
You've been able to establish the identity?
No, it'll be a long job, checking with hospitals, health visitors, doctors. Unless someone walks in and tells us, of course.
Is that likely?
Oh, it's possible. There are two things the great British public get worked up about. Enough to come to the police, that is. Dogs and babies.
So it's definite?
Yes.
I suppose I knew. I just thought that possible. Oh, hell.
Well, your general health is extremely good.
Thanks very much.
I see that you're engaged to be married.
Yes.
Have you mentioned the possibility of your being pregnant to your fiancé?
No, he's away.
Well, presumably now that you're certain, you'll tell him. Well, he ought to know.
Well, he might not think it was very good news.
Hello, darling.
And I thought I'd bring my work in here so that I could keep an eye on the dinner.
Thank you. I had a last-minute patient.
Uh-huh. I also thought that you might do with a drink.
Oh, yes, I could.
There you are, my love.
Thank you.
Ah, little Angus, too.
Oh, that's better. Is this about the dead baby?
Yes.
May I look?
Of course.
What's happened about it?
Well, Fleming is trying to find the mother.
You think she did it?
Well, Fleming argues that as no distracted mother has so far reported her baby missing, she probably knows something about it.
But you don't know who she is?
No, nor the circumstances.
To kill a child, bury it in the ground, and then walk off.
You appear to me to be unduly depressed this evening.
Yes, I'm sorry. I had some rather trying patients this evening.
All right, have another drink, and then we'll talk about something else. Oh, God.
I'd have one.
What?
A drink. Aren't you going out tonight?
No.
Some cold meat in the fridge. You can make a salad.
Mother,
I was listening to that.
I want to talk to you.
Not now, darling. Wally will be here any minute, and if I'm not ready, he gets bad temper.
Oh, damn, Wally!
What's the matter with you?
I'm trying to tell you
A
that
few
I'm...
early nights, that's what you need. Do you think this shade's all right? Looked fine in the shop, and now I'm not so sure.
I'm pregnant.
What?
Pregnant. That's what's the matter with me. Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard.
Well, say something then.
As Arthur's been abroad for several months, I imagine it would be absurdly optimistic to suppose that you'd simply anticipated marriage slightly.
Yes, it would.
Do you know who the lucky man is?
I can do without sarcasm, thank you.
Would you rather I threw up my hands in horror and turned you out?
Oh, for God's sake.
Not that I'm exactly delighted.
No, I'm sure.
I'm quite satisfied with my life as it is, without any illegitimate babies arriving.
I'm sorry if it's spoilt your nice little routine. What a shame.
Yes, it is. I asked you who the father was.
Jimmy Watson.
Yes. Wears leather gloves and drives an E-type. What's he do for a living?
He sells sports car accessories.
Does he have money?
He spends a lot. He also owes a damn sight more.
Do you want to marry him?
Marry him? Don't be stupid. About as much as you want to marry Wally.
Wally already has a wife somewhere. Anyway, I'm not pregnant.
I don't want to marry Jimmy. I haven't even told him. All I want to do is to get out of this mess.
I don't understand how you got into it. Really, there's no excuse at all. I mean, it isn't as if I'd been dreary and old-fashioned about it. After all, I made sure you were on the pill years ago.
I wasn't expecting anything to happen. I must have forgotten to take one. I don't know.
Well, really, of all the stupid things
All right, it was stupid. Will you please stop telling me what a perfect mother you've been and try and be constructive?
That depends what you want.
I should have thought that was obvious.
You haven't said exactly when. I suppose you can't pass it off as Arthur's.
No, I can't.
Do you still want to marry him?
Marry him? Of course I want to marry him. My God, if you think I'm going to throw away the best chance I've ever had just because I'm stupid...
Don't get hysterical.
You're making me feel hysterical.
Oh, Tina, be reasonable. I had to make sure whether you wanted to have it or not.
Have it? I've got to get rid of it now! Before Arthur gets back.
Right. Then we know where we are. Oh, that'll be Wally. Go and let him in, would you, dear?
Tell him to clear off. Tell him you've got a headache.
What on earth for?
Mother, I'm not going to throw away my life just because of some damn silly accident. And there are things we must talk about.
Why? It's all been decided. All we have to do now is get you fixed up. Well, that shouldn't be very difficult. Not these days. Oh, Tina, will you please go and let him in?
And don't tell him about this.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
If anybody talked about it, if Arthur got to know.
Oh, Tina, stop worrying. You've read the papers. It's all perfectly easy and legal these days. Just leave it to me, all right?
Your mother's ready. What's the time?
Oh, hello, dear.
Ready?
I just got to put my coat on.
Table's booked for 9 o'clock, 1:45 now.
Oh, I'll be ready as soon as you finish your drink. You talk to Tina for a minute and you won't even notice.
Cigarette?
No.
From Arthur?
He phoned a day or two ago.
Where from? Geneva?
Frankfurt.
Oh, yeah? On his way back?
Not yet. He's going on to Stockholm.
Nice job. Travelling all over the place.
Yes.
Must be doing pretty well for himself.
Yes.
Now, when are you getting married? Your mother did tell me.
3 months' time.
Oh, yes, St. Mary's Church, I remember. Got someone to give you away?
My uncle.
Well, the one I had a row with?
Yes.
Sanctimonious old prig.
I thought he had a point, myself.
Ah, that didn't take long, did it? Had a nice chat?
Marvellous.
Why were you, darling? I'd take a sleeping pill. Mine are in the bathroom. And go to bed early. And don't worry, we'll sort everything out. You'll see.
Are you coming?
Oh, Wally, don't fuss. My cigarette. Ah, there they are. Tina's just a bit under the weather. Now, mind what I say, darling, and go to bed early.
What's the matter with her?
Oh, nothing very much. We'll have to get the doctor, but she'll be as good as new in a little while.
Mr. and Mrs. Atkins,
Detective Sergeant Ashe.
I'd like you to tell Sergeant Ashe what you told me.
About our Joan?
Yes.
Well, she's gone, that's all.
See, first off, we thought, well, let her get on with it.
Packed her bags and went, not even a note.
Then when we didn't hear, we thought we'd better tell someone.
Well, something might have happened.
She's all right, I tell you. I keep telling her she's all right. You'd have heard quick enough if anything had happened to her.
Well, perhaps you're right and perhaps you're not, but I mean, she's missing, isn't she?
Missing. I told you how she'd end up, didn't I?
You mentioned a child before.
Her kid, she took him too.
What kid?
Hers.
Lots of them. She'd have been shown the door, lots of arms.
Not us, though. Bought a tram.
And a cot.
Nappies drying all over the place. Can't see the fire for nappies.
Well, once it was born, she couldn't work.
The wife's got a part-time job, so Joan had to stay home.
Well, I wasn't going to give up my job.
Why should you? She wanted her fun. Let her look after it.
She take the child with her?
Yes.
When was this?
Monday.
And you haven't bothered to report it before?
Oh, we thought we'd hear from her, I told you.
All right. The baby, was it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
How old?
Going on 5 months.
Do you have a photograph of your daughter?
I wrote a snapshot along just in case. Taken last year.
Thank you. Well, as far as we know, nothing's happened to your daughter, but now we've got this, we'll do our best to trace her.
Well, will that be all, then?
No, I shall have to ask you to stay for a while.
What for? Here, I'll be led back to my works as it is.
I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to come along to the mortuary.
What?
You said nothing had happened
Not
to
your
her.
daughter, no. A child was found dead. It could be your grandson.
Goodbye, Mrs. Seymour. Oh, an extra call's just coming for you, Doctor.
Oh, who is it?
Mrs. Seymour. At least it seems to be about her daughter. She said it was a private matter and she'd rather talk to you herself.
Oh, did she?
I asked if she couldn't come into the surgery, but she said since she was a private patient, she'd be obliged if you'd call.
Yes, well, private patients do sometimes insist on that privilege, especially private patients like Mrs. Seymour.
Sit down, will you? You're in no doubt. It's your grandson.
It's her kid, all right.
No doubt about that.
Right.
Well, I suppose what happened, he must have died in the night.
That'll be it.
Yes?
He was never right, you know. Never right.
In what way?
Well, always crying, carrying on.
Not what you call a happy baby.
I see.
So she must have taken him, buried him, and, well, not knowing what she was doing, like.
Well, she was always very attached to him, you see.
Oh, yes, she was. Very attached.
When was the last time you saw the child alive?
Saw him?
Yes.
I don't know. Must have been about 6. I was on my way out.
I went straight there.
Where?
The pub. Met the wife, then we went on to bingo.
What time did you get home?
Must have been about 11.
From bingo?
Well, no, we went back to the pub. We had a couple of drinks afterwards.
You say the child cried a lot. Later that night, did you hear him?
Well, when we come in, he was carrying on a bit.
Well, I called out, asked what was wrong. Joni said he'd been sick, said she was trying to get him off.
Yes, but later, did he wake you during the night?
Well, he always did, didn't he?
Always.
What time?
Oh, must have been about...
That night.
3 o'clock.
Did you speak to your daughter?
Called out. Her room's next to ours. Here, the walls are like paper. You
Well,
can...
Dad said something about was everything all right, and Joni said yes.
Did you hear him again?
No.
Who discovered your daughter had gone?
I did.
Like to get up at 6, go to work. Everything was quiet.
I got up at 7, made some tea, called Joan. She was always down by then. That was when I discovered she'd left.
All right, before we go any further, let's have a list of names. Friends, relatives, anyone she might have gone to.
Well, if you don't mind, Mrs. Seymour, I would rather get on. I still have 1 or 2 more calls to make.
Oh. Well, now,
My receptionist wasn't very clear about which of you I was to see.
oh, I didn't wish to discuss this particular matter with anybody but you. Last night, my daughter told me why she'd been to see you. She was very upset. She asked my advice. I felt we should talk about it.
I see.
As you know, Doctor, I'm a widow. My poor husband passed away 5 years ago.
Yes.
He left me quite comfortably off. In fact, money is no problem, within reason, of course.
You mean as far as Tina's confinement is concerned?
Well, no, not exactly. Oh, she's been a very silly girl, Doctor, and I must admit I was very cross with her, but after all, she's young, and one foolish mistake shouldn't be allowed to spoil her life. Don't you agree?
Since I don't know what you're leading up to, I can't say whether I agree with you or not.
But there are ways of dealing with these things, all perfectly legal these days, all quite safe, properly done. One's own doctor can deal with them, isn't that so?
Are you asking for an abortion?
I understand that under recent legislation, the matter is now much easier.
Tina,
Oh,
how do
she
you feel
wants
about...
one.
Is that so?
Yes.
You're quite sure?
I don't want this child, and that's that.
You do realize that the operation could make you sterile?
Oh, Doctor, really? With a strong, healthy girl?
Well, the risk may not be very great, but I'm obliged to explain to you that Tina could be incapable of having further children.
All right, you explained it. What else?
Or perhaps you'd like to tell me on what grounds?
I beg your pardon?
On what grounds are you asking me to recommend a termination of pregnancy?
What was your daughter's state of mind?
How do you mean?
Or was she her usual self? Was she
Wow.
upset? Was she depressed?
Suppose she has been a bit down, naturally.
She didn't have much to be pleased about, did she?
It wasn't as if she could have got married. He got her in the family way, and then he pushed off.
She didn't even know where to find him.
So we had to deal with it. Give her a home, stand by her like.
You'll let us know when you find her, won't you?
There are about to be charges, mate.
Why? He just died, that's all.
Even if that's so, attempting to conceal a death is an offence. So one way or another, she's bound to go to court, Mr. Atkins. You'll know when we found her, all right?
Really, I don't see the point of all these questions.
Let me make one thing quite clear, Mrs. Seymour. Under the Act, abortion remains a crime.
Oh, you're referring to those dreadful backstreet women.
I'm referring to anybody. Now, what this new Act amounts to is that a doctor won't be guilty of an offence under the previous abortion laws if a pregnancy is terminated under certain laid-down provisions.
Yes, but under those
It
provisions...
does not create a right to abortion on demand, as some people seem to imagine. In the first place, 2 doctors have to give an opinion.
You're our doctor and have been for some time.
Yes, it's true that I know you best, and the surgeon who'd probably give the second opinion would take that into account.
Exactly. That's why we've turned to you.
But I still have to satisfy myself of the circumstances first, Mrs. Seymour.
Well, it might help if you tell us what we're supposed to be satisfying you about.
Well, the only conceivable case would come under risk of injury to mental health.
Well, then, exactly. Her mental health is in danger.
That's what I have to establish.
Doctor, if her fiancé found out that she'd become pregnant by somebody else, he certainly wouldn't marry her then, would he, Tina?
No.
And she's desperately in love with him. I mean, heaven knows what she'd do. It's enough to send a girl out of her mind.
I see.
I knew you'd understand, Doctor.
Tina, do you intend to tell your fiancé about this?
About what?
That you've become pregnant by somebody else?
Good God, the whole point of the...
That's a matter for us to decide, Doctor, what we think is in the best interest of all concerned.
Look, I can't have this baby. Full stop. Finish. It would ruin everything.
All right, he hasn't been very sensible, but one silly mistake which he bitterly regrets. It would be cruel to make her live with it for the rest of her life.
Yes, well, I think I have all the information I need. I'll think it over and let you know in a day or two.
Doctor, I thought I made this plain. There is a certain degree of urgency about this. Arthur, her fiancé, is due back in England very shortly.
Yes, I do appreciate that, Mrs. Seymour, but I still need a little time to consider.
I didn't realize you were going to raise all these difficulties, Doctor.
I'm not raising difficulties. I simply have to decide whether this is a proper case in which to recommend a termination of pregnancy or not. Goodbye.
Well, let's have some tea, then. Might as well get rid of that lot. Shan't need them anymore now.
I wonder where she went.
Could be anywhere. I've seen that little kid dead like that. It shook me up a bit.
Poor little thing.
You got to look at it this way. What sort of a life would he have had? Hey, what would he have grown into, come to that? We don't even know whose blood was in his veins, do we?
Anyway, it's happened, and that's all there is to it.
I wonder if he did just die.
He was always sickly.
Yeah, seems funny, that's all. Her taking him, putting him in the ground like that, going off. Hey, why didn't she tell us? Call a doctor or something.
If you're suggesting that Aunt Joan...
I'm just saying it's funny, that's all.
Well, she wouldn't do a thing like that. Not Aunt Joan, it's not in her. Besides, there's no reason.
No, that's true.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying we liked it too, would? But once it had happened, we stood by her all the way. We did everything for her. I mean, there's not many people would have done what we did, you know.
Oh, thank you. You see, what they leave out is the child. Well, I mean, we're supposed to consider the patient's physical and mental health, social history, family circumstances, and actual or foreseeable environment.
Reasonably foreseeable.
What?
The patient's reasonably foreseeable environment. They're not supposed to be omniscient.
All right, reasonably foreseeable. But so far as I can see, there's no defense for the conceived child, for the embryo that could turn into a human being.
Well, the defense, as you put it, really rests on previous legislation.
And the 67 Act leaves it all up to the doctor.
2 doctors.
But the second is usually the gynecologist, and he's bound to rely largely on the family doctor.
However that may be, if you think this is a doubtful case...
Well, I do.
There's no need for you to take the whole onus on yourself. Why don't you call in that gynecologist friend of yours? What's his name? Stephen.
What, write him a note? Putting my point of view, which he'll agree with. All that does is to avoid taking responsibility for my own decision.
Well, it's up to you.
You see, the more I read this act, the more it seems designed to mean all things to all men.
It's a permissive piece of legislation. And as such, it's very difficult for it to lay down closely defined limits for every conceivable case.
John, do you think you could be just a little less detached for a moment?
Well, it's your decision. I can't make it for you.
No, and I don't want you to. I simply thought that you might know more about the implications of all these clauses and subsections.
All right. Well, first question you've got to ask yourself is, have you a conscientious objection to the termination of pregnancy, even though the life of the mother is not in danger?
No. As I said, I dealt with a case last year. But that was a woman of 40 with 5 children, all under 12. The 2 youngest were in poor health, and her husband was a builder's labourer. Well, I signed that certificate without hesitation.
Right. Well, now tell me about Miss Seymour.
Well, she's a perfectly healthy young woman of 24. And in all probability, she'll give birth to a perfectly healthy child.
Possible grounds for termination?
That the continuation of the pregnancy would involve risk of injury to the mental health of the pregnant woman greater than if the pregnancy were terminated. If I've got that right.
Yes, yes, quite right.
You see, she's engaged, and it's what you might call a good marriage. Well, she's become pregnant as a result of a casual affair with somebody else, and she doesn't want to ruin her marriage prospects.
Well, is there any danger to her mental health?
How can I answer a question like that? It's possible. Highly unlikely, I should have thought, but it is possible. How is one supposed to tell?
Oh, my dear Joe, you're not expected to give a certificate on soul and conscience. You're just expected to, well, give an opinion in good faith.
Well, as far as I can see, she's a spoiled brat who wants an abortion for the sake of convenience and nothing else.
Yeah, you do seem to be using a number of pejorative words.
With reason.
No. Look, to lose the person you're in love with might very well cause distress, very great distress. In fact, even danger to mental health.
Darling, the only person she's in love with is herself. If I'm to use my knowledge of the patient's character, I should say she was entirely selfish and self-centered.
Now, you've been quite fair.
Fair to whom? Darling, these people, the girl and her mother, regard the whole thing as an unfortunate accident, which it's my duty to put right as soon as possible. Call in the doctor and fix up an abortion. Doesn't seem to cross their minds that there's a human life at stake.
Joe, isn't there a danger that you're being a little subjective about all this?
John, our not having children has no connection with this.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, I hope you will make a decision as a doctor and not as Mrs. Hardy.
Well, well, well. So she's got a bun in the oven, eh? Poor old Arthur. I'd have thought that one knew what he was doing.
I'd rather you didn't mention this to anyone.
Don't worry, I shan't. Surprised you've told me at all, as a matter of fact.
To be quite honest, Wally, I wasn't going to, but now... Well, I need your advice.
You want it fixed up, I suppose?
Yes.
Yeah, well, no problem. Not these days. Go along to your GP, get it done on the National Health. Oh, you're a private patient, aren't you? Oh, well, same applies. Even simpler. Easy as kiss your hand.
I don't know what makes you think that, Wally.
Common knowledge.
And it may surprise you to know that we've already called in our doctor. And she's being extremely difficult about it. Extremely difficult.
She? Woman doctor?
Yes.
Suppose they're more fussy.
Oh, she was certainly thoroughly tiresome about it. She said she'd think it over. I don't want it thought about. I want it done.
Well, naturally.
So I wondered if you knew of anything we could do.
Yes. Well, let's see. Must be something.
I'm sure there is.
I know. Go straight to the chap who'd do it. The surgeon, gynecologist, what do you call him?
Which one?
I don't actually know which one.
And suppose we did. All they'd say is, who's your own doctor, and make an appointment through him. And then we're back where we started.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, well. Never mind. I just thought you might know something.
Could make some inquiries, of course.
It's got to be done now.
Oh, and there was a fellow I knew slightly. Put his little secretary in the club, and the doctor has been very stuffy about it.
And what did they do?
Yes, I've got it. You see, he explained it to me. It's not that doctors really care tuppence one way or another. It's all this professional rubbish, you know. Some of them act like a lot of old women.
Now, Wally, what did they do?
Perfectly simple. Worked like a charm. You have to put on a bit of a show, it's all. All these quacks are after's a good excuse. 10 to 1 they don't believe it. But so long as they're fireproof, that's all they want.
Yes? What is it?
A patient of Joe's on the phone. Mrs. Seymour, about her daughter. She said it was desperately urgent. Sounded rather upset. I wonder if we could speak to her, please.
Yes, yes, of course. Hello, Dr. Hardy. No, her husband. No, but I was a GP at one time, if I can be of any help. Oh, I see. Yes, yes. Well, of course, I'll come over straight away. Look, make sure that she's not left alone, will you?
Yes. Thank you very much, Doctor. Goodbye. He's coming. The things I do for you, my girl.
She says she found her daughter trying to commit suicide. Look, if Jo comes back, will you tell her that I've gone over to Miss Seymour's and that I'll call if I think she ought to go over?
Right, Doctor.
Right.
He's here. Now, remember, just look miserable. Miserable, not bad-tempered.
Oh, Mrs. Seymour?
Oh, thank goodness you could come, Doctor.
Now, what happened exactly?
I found her in the bathroom. She had my sleeping pills. If I hadn't managed to stop her taking them, she was hysterical. It was dreadful.
But what was she doing?
Well, she was sobbing and crying and threatening to kill herself if no one would help her.
And what did you do?
Well, I managed to calm her. I brought her downstairs and I telephoned you. You see, Doctor, you probably don't know the background.
Yes, I think I do, Mrs. Seymour.
Oh?
Yes, I looked at my wife's notes before I left.
I see.
Where is she?
In here. The doctor's come, darling. This is Tina.
Miss Seymour? How are we?
All right.
I'm dreadfully worried, Doctor. You see, I can't watch her all the time.
Yes, you've been extremely helpful, Mrs. Seymour. If you'll be so good as just leave us alone for a little.
Alone?
If you please, yes.
Well, I don't think she'll make much sense, Doctor. Perhaps it would be better if I
think she seems quite calm now. Look, if I should want you, I'll call for you.
Oh, excuse me. Hello? Who? Oh, just a minute. Dr. Hardy, it's for you.
Oh. Hello, Hardy?
Just to let you know, Doctor, that the Nottingham police have picked up the mother of the dead child. Yes, Joan Atkins. Wondering about looking for a friend of hers who went to school with. Ashe has gone to bring her back now. Well, this evening, if that's all right with you.
Yes, quite all right. Thank you.
Station office. Sergeant, Inspector Fleming here. Would you send someone to notify Mr. and Mrs. Atkins that their daughter is safe and well? You got the address? Right.
Yes, now, up we go. There, you can lower your hands now. Now, would you close your eyes and stand quite still? And keep them closed. Right. Now open your eyes, will you? All right. Here, close them. Sit down now. Tell me, Miss Seymour, have you ever attempted suicide or contemplated suicide before?
There's been no reason.
Ah, but there is now, eh?
Yes.
What reason is that?
You know.
Now, why should you assume that?
I heard you talking to Mother.
Ah. Now, tell me, was the description given by your mother, would you say it was accurate?
Yes.
You were crying and sobbing?
Yes.
Your eyes aren't swollen?
She made me wash my face in cold water, and I put some astringent lotion on.
And applied some new eye makeup as well?
Yes.
Ah, well, that might very well account for it. Did you really try to kill yourself?
Yes.
That's very interesting.
All right.
You see, I'm a pathologist. I made a study of suicide. Because it's not always easy to determine who is a potential suicide. And in your case, what were the reasons?
I don't want this baby.
But why suicide? You know, my wife is looking into that, huh?
All she seemed to worry about was the red tape involved.
Oh, much more than that. You see, every human being is unique. There'll never be a carbon copy. No two people are exactly similar. Of course, one can terminate a child's life even before it is born. But one can't ask it if it wants to experience the miracle we call life.
It isn't a child yet. It's nothing.
That's not true. In every essential, it's complete. The person it will become is laid down as exactly as from a computer program. Of course, what it will make of life of its own free will, that's another matter.
It could happen anyway. A miscarriage. Thousands of women miscarry every day.
Well, in your excellent state of health, I should say that's most unlikely.
An accident?
An accident is another matter. But we are discussing the termination with intent of a human life. So I'm just explaining this so that you should see why my wife should wish to have some time to consider whether there is any danger to your health.
Well, now she knows, doesn't she?
Well, I shall tell her, of course, that I've seen you. But the decision will still be hers.
Suicide?
Apparently.
And my husband hasn't phoned back?
No, would you like me to get him on the phone for you now?
No. Somehow I doubt whether it was quite as urgent as it sounded.
And after you're married?
We shall live in London.
Looking forward to that, eh?
Oh, yes. Arthur expects to be appointed to the board of directors quite soon. He'll have to entertain a great deal. He'll need someone.
Someone like you?
Yes.
You want to have children, then?
Oh, yes, I want all that. But when I'm married, not like this.
You seem to have thought everything out quite sensibly.
I hope so.
Would you consider that suicide is a sensible act?
When someone can't face life, they feel there's no choice.
There's always a choice, Tina. Now, you're young, extremely pretty, healthy, intelligent. Is there really anything before you that you can't face?
Dr. Hardy? Oh, John, hello. Is everything all right?
Yes, I've had a long talk with Tina. No. Yes. Yes. Oh, you're coming round. Oh, when? Right, I'll tell them. Goodbye.
Do you intend to do nothing? My daughter's life is at stake. What more do you need?
I think Tina and I have come to an understanding.
Doctor, you're risking her life unless you do something about it.
Mrs. Seymour, suicide is an irrational act. Tina, however, strikes me as being perfectly rational.
She's tried once. There's nothing to stop her trying again.
Well, if your fears are genuine, I could have her placed under observation. Somewhere safe, if you wish.
What do you mean?
He means a mental hospital.
What?
Oh, forget it, Mother. I'll be all right, Doctor.
Tina.
It's no good.
Would you give her these tablets, 2 in water at night time, just to make sure, you know? They'll see that she sleeps well. Goodbye. See myself out. Oh, yes, my wife will be coming along in a day or two. Goodbye.
Would you mind telling me what happened when I wasn't here?
He didn't believe me. That's what happened. And you can tell your dear Wally from me.
All these quacks want is an excuse to get on with it. Do they, indeed? I'm going to give that stupid idiot a piece of my mind.
Thank you.
Well, did you believe it?
Believe what?
That there was ever an attempt at suicide?
Let me put it this way. I formed the opinion that there was no immediate risk.
Well, I know what I think. I think it was a put-up job. Probably that mother of hers.
I gather you don't like her.
Did you?
No, but it's not the mother we're concerned with, it's the daughter.
Well, if I'm right, she was a party to a deliberate attempt at deception.
But that in itself might indicate a degree of stress you would do well to evaluate.
All right. How would you evaluate it?
I thought we had some chocolate biscuits. Aren't there any left?
Wish to add anything to your statement?
No.
Would you read it over, then, before you sign it, please?
I can't quite.
Do you wish me to read it for you?
Yes.
He wouldn't stop crying. He used to cry a lot. I couldn't make him stop. I took hold of the bedclothes and put them over his face. After a while, he was quiet. I looked at him and realized he was dead. I realized what I'd done. I got dressed and packed a suitcase. I wrapped him up in a blanket and went out of the house. I walked for some way, looking for somewhere to put him. I don't know where it was. I covered him up with leaves and walked to the main road. A lorry driver gave me a lift. That's all.
The facts are clear.
And her state of mind is not.
No.
You charged her yet?
I thought I'd better wait until we talk to her.
Right.
Come in, Nolan. Sit down. This is Dr. Hardy. About your statement.
That's what happened.
Doctor.
You killed a child to stop him from crying.
I didn't mean to kill him. I just had to stop him.
Had to?
Yes.
Why?
It was 3 in the morning.
Was he keeping you awake?
Not only me. Mum and Dad, too. Night after night, I mean, you can understand it.
Understand what?
Well, they said I could stay in spite of the baby. With him crying so much. You see, Dad's got to be up early. Mum, too. They kept getting woken up every night. I mean, you can't blame them.
That night he was crying when they got home?
Yes. But then I got him off. But he woke up again.
Would you tell me exactly what happened?
I tried to soothe him. I didn't want him to wake him up again, but he did. Dad banged on the wall and told me to keep him quiet. He kept on banging and shouting.
Shouting?
Telling me.
What did he say?
Oh, if you don't keep that little bastard of yours quiet, you can get out of this house. Things like that.
Did he say that kind of thing often?
Well, I mean, they was angry about the baby to start off with. The fact that I had him. But Dad used to lose his temper when he was a nuisance.
So it did happen frequently?
Yes.
Every day?
Before I had him, I thought that once he was born, perhaps they'd get to love him. But they didn't. It was very hard, it really was, you see. I wanted to love him. I did love him. Well, I had to consider Mum and Dad, too. I mean, after all, they did keep me, pay for everything. It wasn't their fault that he kept on crying.
So for weeks, even months, you were afraid of a family scene if you wouldn't keep quiet?
Yes.
But that night, even though you didn't mean to, you did smother him in your efforts to stop him from crying.
I don't know why it happened. I was all sort of screwed up inside and there didn't seem to be any end to it. Dad was shouting and I knew Mum would go on at me in the morning. I just had to stop him, I had to. But I didn't mean to kill him. He was my baby. I didn't want him to die. Oh, God, if only I could bring him back again. If only I could.
Come along. Don't bother anymore just now. Look after, will you? Doctor will come to in a minute.
Bring him back.
You've been under quite a strain.
Yes.
Seems straightforward, though. The child's death was no accident.
No, it was a willful act.
But as the child was under 12 months, we can presume the balance of her mind was still disturbed by the birth.
Well, she seems rather distressed now, so if you'll excuse me, I'll go and see if she's all right.
All right, you do that, sir. And we'll charge her.
You're going to let her come home, then?
If you're willing to stand bail for her, yes.
Well, of course I'm willing. Trouble is the money.
You don't have to put up the money now. You just have to guarantee it.
Well, how do you mean?
It's your job to see she attends court, see that she doesn't run away.
If she fails to attend court on the due date, then you forfeit bail, and you'll have to find the money.
So if I make sure she goes, I don't have to cough up nothing?
Yes, that's right.
Well, that's all right, then. Yeah, what do I have to do?
Read this and sign it.
Yeah, what's going to happen to her? What'll happen to her when she gets up in front of the judge? What'll he do to her?
Mr. Atkins, it's our job to make charges. What happens in court's not up to us.
Well, the kid's dead. There's no getting away from that, and she said she did it anyway. I don't know. She couldn't have meant to. She was fond of that kid. Me, I didn't feel nothing for him. Maybe I should have done, but I didn't. But she did. She really did.
You sign here.
She's only young herself. Going to prison, shot away. I don't know.
Look, off the record. As I've said, she's been charged under the Infanticide Act 1938.
What's that mean?
Well, it's a lesser charge. It takes into account her state of mind. It means she's dealt with as if it was manslaughter.
Manslaughter? Well, what'll they give her for that?
Well, put it this way. I've known cases where the courts decided that the girl's already suffered quite enough.
So, you refuse?
It's not a question of refusing. My duty is to form an opinion in good faith. And my opinion is that the continuation of the pregnancy would not involve risk of injury to Tina's mental health, greater than if the pregnancy were terminated.
I see. Now, let me tell you this, Doctor. I consider your behaviour extremely unsatisfactory.
Well, I'm very sorry, Mrs. Seymour, but under the circumstances...
I can certainly have no confidence in you after this. I shall dispense with your services immediately.
Well, that's your privilege.
And I shall most certainly exercise it. Good day, Doctor.
Good day.
Here she is, then.
Hello, Joan, eh?
Hello, Mum.
Well, I expect you like a nice cup of tea. I got some cakes in, too.
Come home in a police car, didn't we? And I said they were coming this way.
Well, take a coat, then. Don't just stand there.
Aye, aye.
There. You sit down and drink that.
Yes, I'll have one.
Oh, I know you'll have one. And leave those cakes alone. They're for Joan.
Where are they?
Hmm?
His things.
Oh, well, we thought we'd find someone in need of them.
Seem best.
That's it.
No point in keeping him now.
Your dad's going to do your room out for you.
Finish it over the weekend, easy.
We're going to choose some paper perhaps tomorrow.
Yes, a little bit of paint, fresh paint. Here, brighten it up for you. Might even run to a new dressing table even.
Make it look really nice.
Yeah, different like.
What about his cot? Did you keep that?
Well,
No, that went too.
His pram?
well, you see, what with them being a few months old, we thought with what they fetch, we'd buy something for you. For your room, like.
I'll try and make it look really nice for you.
It's all gone. You didn't keep anything.
Oh, Joan, we did it for the best. I mean, you don't want things around reminding you all the time. Oh, Joan, he's gone. You can't bring him back. None of us can.
He was my baby.
Yes, I know, dear. There's no use brooding over it. Just that you've got to think of yourself, your own life.
Just as if he never lived.
That's it. Forget about the whole thing.
But he did live, Mum. Just for a few months. Perhaps you wish he'd never lived, you and Dad. But he did. And he was mine, and I killed him. And you think that by getting rid of his things, I can pretend it never happened. I gave him his life, and I took it away again. Forget it. No, I won't forget it. Not till the day I die.
Well, she's upset. It's only natural. She'll get over it in time.
How did they take it?
Well, I've lost 2 private patients.
That was always on the cards, I'm afraid.
John, I am right about this, aren't I?
In good faith, Joe, not right or wrong.
But do you agree with me?
It wasn't my decision. And had it been, I might well have acted in that way. But I can't help wondering whether all the worry and thought and care you've gone to will make the slightest difference.
Look, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, we've had your bright ideas before.
At least listen to him.
All right, I'm listening.
No, I've been making some inquiries. Chaps I thought might know something.
You didn't?
Discreetly, no names mentioned.
You're sure?
I just said it was a friend of mine.
Because that's the whole point, that nobody knows.
They won't, I promise you.
All right.
Well, it wasn't all that easy. I mean, everyone knows it goes on, but as for how to make contact... Anyway, in the end...
If you're going to say try another doctor, we've already thought of that. And the trouble is, whoever we go to is bound to refer back to this wretched Dr. Hardy.
Besides which, unless you know he's all right, you can't very well go through a phone book asking a string of receptionists if their doctors are all right about abortions.
Look, will you just listen? Finally, I got on to this fellow. Well, he didn't exactly know, but a friend of his had a daughter who worked in London, and he promised to find the phone number for me.
Is that all?
I don't know. I got everything fixed up for you.
What are you doing?
Phoning.
What, London?
That's where it is. Hello, my name is Bartlett, Wally Bartlett. I phoned you earlier today. Yes, that's right. As a matter of fact, the lady concerned is with me now. I don't know if you can speak to her. Oh, good. Just hold on a minute, will you?
Hello. I don't know if Mr. Bartlett explained. My daughter. Well, as soon as possible. Tomorrow. Yes, fine. The afternoon would be better. We'll be coming up by train. Telephone when we get there. Yes. Thank you very much. Goodbye, Doctor. Suppose he is a doctor.
Of course he is. One of the best. It's a clinic. 3 of them in it together. All the red tape done on the spot. Straight on with the operation. She'll be in and out 48 hours.
How much do they charge?
Oh, well, it's going to cost you a bit. Something like 200 quid.
What?
Well, no questions asked, no silly objections. Done on the spot and all perfectly legal. That's what you're paying for.
Doesn't matter how much, as long as I can get rid of it. I don't care what it costs.